From September 10th to September 11th, the death of Charlie Kirk and the warning for America. On September 10th, 2001, thousands of Americans went to bed without knowing their lives would end the next morning. Flights were scheduled, work was waiting, families were expecting to come home for dinner. By mid-morning on September 10th, none of that would matter. Evil had chosen its tool, commercial airliners, and the world was shaken. Decades later, on September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk woke up to what should have been an ordinary day in Utah. He prepared for his event in Utah Valley University, where he would do what he had done for years: speak to young Americans about the importance of free speech, conservative principles, and protecting the constitutional republic. Charlie likely started his morning the way he often did, reviewing his talking points, preparing to engage with students, and standing ready to defend his views against critics who never hesitated to challenge him. He had built his reputation on being bold, unapologetic, and willing to stand in the fire. Like so many others that day, he had no idea that it would be his last. And thus the echo of September 11th. On September 10th, 2001, 246 people went to sleep preparing for their morning flights. 2,606 went to sleep preparing for work. 343 firefighters went to sleep preparing for their morning shift. 60 police officers went to sleep preparing for patrol. 8 paramedics went to sleep preparing for duty. None of them saw past 10 a.m. the next day. On September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk prepared for his campus event. Students prepared to attend. Security prepared for a typical routine shift. Families prepared for an evening together. None of them imagined that Charlie Kirk would not see past that afternoon. While speaking in Utah, Charlie was shot in the neck, murdered in broad daylight. His voice silenced before he could finish his message. His death was not just the loss of a man, but a deliberate act of political assassination. A warning shot to anyone willing to stand boldly for conservative principles. Much like September 11th, when evil hijacked planes, Charlie's death proved that evil will use any tool it can. A weapon in the wrong hands becomes more than metal. It becomes a vessel for hate. Charlie Kirk rose from obscurity to become the founder of Turning Point USA, one of the most influential youth-oriented conservative organizations in America. His mission was simple yet profound: equip young people to defend free markets, limited government, and America's founding values. He built a national network that emerged students who felt silenced on their campuses. He created conferences and programs that inspired thousands to challenge the narrative of the left. He became a recognizable voice on television, podcasts, and social media, unafraid to wade into controversy and unafraid to call out hypocrisy. But at the heart of it all, Charlie Kirk believed in dialogue. He debated openly, welcomed questions, and encouraged the clash of ideas. He understood that the suppression of free speech in general, was more dangerous than any argument. And he once said, without dialogue, what is left? Violence and hate. His murder did not disprove his message. It confirmed it. Those who thought silence in him would end his influence only proved his point. Violence is rampant, and when debate is abandoned, destruction fills the void. But evil will find its tools. On September 11th, 2001, it was planes. On September 10th, 2025, it was a gun. In August of this year, 2025, it was a knife in Charlotte. Tomorrow, it could be something else. Evil will always find a tool. The problem is not the weapon. It is the brokenness in the human heart. The unchecked mental illness that festers. And the radical ideologies that teach young minds to hate instead of to reason. And still, America looks away. New York City is entertaining candidates for mayor who openly reject the Constitution. In our republic's principles across the country, movements grow that normalize violence as, quote, resistance. And in every community, the mental health crisis deepens, ignored, until another tragedy erupts. America is at its crossroads. On September 11th, 2001, it was a wake-up call. September 10th, 2025, this must be another. The murder of Charlie Kirk is not just about one man. It is about whether we, as a nation, will allow political violence to become the norm. It is about whether we will find the courage to treat mental illness as the national crisis it is. And it is about whether we will once again stand united as we did in the face of terrorism and say, never again. You can check out this full article on gorightnews.com. God bless everybody. You can catch us at gorightnews.com and across Rumble at gorightnews, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, Gab, Truth Social, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, and a lot of other places. And you can support our mission at Cash App, $GoRightNews. Because together, we'll go right. And we keep the Republic. God bless everybody. Remember, we fight for what's right because it's time to go right.